The NFL Hall of Fame, why is that important to you? Why do you want to be honored in Canton?
Because I feel that I've earned the right to be there. We had a very good run for a decade. We proved that there weren't any teams better than us in our AFC conference for a decade. And to be honest with you, I think that I've got numbers to be there. It's not just my team. I mean, we've got guys in Canton already. We've got 5 players and 2 administrators. I think it's 5, maybe 8 guys. But everybody's on offense. And we didn't play defense. I mean, we had to take the ball away from somebody. We had to tackle somebody. So, yeah, we had guys on both sides of the ball. We had great players on both sides because if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have been able to dominate a decade. Mm-hmm. Now, when you think about that in reverse, then you start to peel away the onion is who the people in that conference in that decade and how good were they? Were they worthy adversaries? Yes. So, I don't know. I've never been a big promoter of myself. I've always been somebody to let my play do the talking for me. And what I do is I go out and I get my teammates to play. I get them to do things that they normally would not do or would think they shouldn't do. But for us winning and doing the things that we have to do on the field, I was willing to do what I had to do and I got them to do it. And sometimes it would be reversing roles, me taking a rush or me covering somebody that no one expected me to be able to do. And I did it.
You referenced your numbers a little while ago that you had during your NFL career. Certainly your numbers, I would say, stack up to an NFL Hall of Famer, but the reputation you have as well. I know Jim Kelly has spoken about you and your abilities. I would say the reputation you have amongst your peers at the time also should put you over the edge. I mean, do you see that as well?
Well, yes, I think so. I've had a lot of my teammates, a lot of guys that I've played against, come out and say some really nice things about me that I've done. But, you know, I look at it this way, everything has to stand on its own merit. And I'm not a self-promoter. I'm that guy that wants to sit there and get the job done. I'm a taskmaster that wants to get the job accomplished. And I'm mad at myself still for not getting that job accomplished because I had 4 bites at that apple and didn't get a whole apple. I didn't eat the whole apple. So, you know, I didn't get a ring like everybody else. So that is the only thing that I could say that has been discouraging for me.
You might not have gotten a ring, but you've got a chance to get a jacket because on Wednesday you learned that you're now under consideration by the senior committee. It's a big first step. Yes. Now you just need some people in your corner, right?
That's all I need. I need some people in my corner to say I played like a worthy person of playing. And that didn't sound right, but that's what it is. Being a worthy person of playing, or worthy of the honor, is what I should say.
Just being under advisement or under consideration by the senior committee, that big first step that you've now taken, what does that mean to you? And knowing that, you know, you get a couple people in your corner and you're where you want to be.
Well, it lets you know that what you did during your career wasn't lost. People realize, they recognize that. And to be on this list right now, you got to think about it. There are a ton of guys who play this game, and not a lot of them get mentioned there. So to be mentioned on that ballot is huge. It's really, really huge, in my opinion.
When you think back to your NFL career, is there one lasting memory you have, one accomplishment that you are the most proud of that you just kind of hang your hat on every day?
Hang my hat on. The one I would say was probably the Houston Oilers game, our comeback game, because I got so frustrated and mad that they did everything they wanted to us. Warren had his way with us. And I was just mad. I was mad at myself, my teammates, and everybody, and I let them know when we got in the locker room. And we had a few choice words and came back out, and in the beginning, Dishman takes the ball and runs it back in the end zone. I look at our trainer and Mark Pike, Eddie Abramowski and Mark Pike, and I looked at him and I told him, that's it. I got him right where I want him. Both of them looked at me as if I had lost my mind. I said, no, I didn't lose my mind. I pulled everybody in the huddle and I told them, if they play tomorrow, if they play next week, they all going to be sore. They all going to hurt because we going to hit them and hit them inbounds, out of bounds, wherever you can hit them, hit them. They're not going to destroy me this way. And that was my thought.
And you guys turned it around.
Turned the game around, won the game. And after that, now what used to be the biggest comeback ever, but now it's not. So I think that in watching that, you see the games that come around like that every now and then. And just to be part of something like that was huge. And the other thing, the other important game I've ever been in my opinion, was the first Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl, I mean, our country's at war. Whitney Houston nails the national anthem. The Black Hawk helicopters fly over the stadium, and I get chill bumps right now thinking about it because that was the most exciting thing that happened to me in my life besides my two children being born. And those two girls mean more to me than anything, so yeah.
Having some of your former WVU teammates, like especially like Brian Joswiak, who's in your corner trying to help you on this
Yes.
campaign, so to speak. What does that mean to you? Is someone who obviously came here to WVU, left an impact, and now these WVU guys, who some of which you didn't play with, they're still in your corner and they're trying to help you out with this?
Well, that's great. But the funny thing is, I recruited Brian Joswiak to come to school here. He was one of my recruits. He's one of my guys. And I love Brian truly. He's a good guy. He was also a great NFL player. He got drafted in the first round, 7th pick or something like that, if I do remember. It means a lot because it means that what I did meant something. And it not just meant it to me, it meant it to my teammates as well. So in that aspect, if I do get in, I will be taking my teammates with me because I'm going to take them wherever I go. They're in my heart.
Someone else who I know is obviously very important to everyone who played here at WVU during that time, Don Nehlen. Can't talk with you guys without asking you about Don. I mean, just what
you mean the guy that points at you with the finger going the other way?
What has he meant to not only you just in your career, but in your personal life and just ever since you met him?
Well, Coach Nehlen's been a real inspiration because he made you think. He made you think about what you were doing. He made you understand that it was more than just about you. He taught us that you're a family. And when you have a family, you have to take care of it. And if you don't take care of your family, it falls apart. So he taught us to take care of each other. So that was one of the things that my dad taught me. And I just took and expanded it from there.
I know you had your number 90 retired by WVU a couple years ago. You're in the National or the College Football Hall of Fame, right?
Yes.
You're in that Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame. Where would that kind of rank up among those like post-career accomplishments?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the Mecca. That's where everybody wants to go. And I grew up in Ohio. I grew up not too far away from there, but I never really thought about going to Canton. And had I done that, it may have given me a different perspective on the way to go to get there. But I didn't. I didn't think about it. I just wanted to play football. And as I played it, I amassed numbers, and then I looked and I go, well, Darryl, you got a chance. Just keep playing and see what happens. And that's what I did. I just kept playing. And my thing is, getting in there, yeah, for everybody, it's a huge deal. For me, from a little kid from Cleveland, East Cleveland, Ohio, it's a big deal.
I did want to ask you, too. I wanted to ask some of the guys yesterday and just didn't get a chance. I know different position, but Zach Frazier just gets drafted out of WVU this year. Is there a piece of advice you can give a guy like Zach who's trying to make it on a team like the Steelers, who's got all this tradition and trying to make it from WVU?
Here's the thing. Tradition and stuff like that, that's great to have. What you have to do is you have to be a confident player. Number one, he needs to be confident in what he's doing. Needs to be in shape, number one. Be confident in what you're doing. Know where your assignments are. Know where you're supposed to be. And then actually go out and compete. If you can do that, it'll be great. But if you don't know where you got to go, you don't compete, and you come out of shape, you cut yourself. So the easiest way I can tell you, get yourself in the best shape of your life. Don't take no for an answer. And just keep trying, play after play.
One more here for you. Let's look into the future for a second. Maybe 2024, 2025, you get that call from Canton that you'll be going in via the seniors committee. Do you have any part of your speech written out yet? Anything up here maybe in the mind?
I haven't thought of anything. The only thing I know that I've thought of is what? I got 2 more guys or 3 more guys on my team that I feel it should be in as well. My first call then after that will probably be to Cornelius to tell him. And because I honestly believe that both of us, I think we have 4 guys that deserve to be in. Steve Tasker, Cornelius Bennett, Ken Hall, and myself. I honestly think that the 4 of us have done enough to be in, but that's not up to me. That's up to every individual or the individual voters. The way I look at it, we were essentially the cornerstone of what was done in Buffalo. And just like the Steelers, the cornerstone they built, you're going to start to see the Patriots go into the Hall of Fame because of the longevity they had and the types of players they had and what they did. So when you dominate decades, you should get some of the reward, but you don't. And I was like, who else was any better than us? Almost like our coach. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? That's Marv. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? And that was it. I wanted to be here right now.